Sanjay Hegde, senior advocate, Supreme Court, now joins me. Mr. Hegde, you might have heard what Mahesh Jethmalani says. He says, what's the big deal? There's nothing, there's no big deal. It was a private visit. It's a Ganesh Puja festival. And the Prime Minister spent a few minutes at the CJI's house.
Well, the big deal is that the Prime Minister and the Chief Justice, two constitutional functionaries, were in a private worship. It was not open to other politicians. It was not open. It was not sarvajanik. It was a show of religiosity. There are several things which are wrong with the optics. Mm-hmm. Firstly, it sends a message that there is an unnecessary bonhomie between the executive and the judiciary. Long ago, Chief Justice Venkatachalaya, when he was sworn in, at the dinner, the Prime Minister said that he hoped that relations between the executive and the judiciary would be cordial. Chief Justice Venkatachalaya shot back. They cannot be cordial. They can only be correct. And that is the approach that the judiciary has always had.
So you're saying it's a matter of propriety? No, you're saying it's a matter of propriety. Are you telling me that Justice Chandrachud, who's having a Ganesh Puja at home, cannot invite the Prime Minister of the country?
If the Chief Justice concerned wanted to invite politicians, invite all politicians. To separately have one politician who is the head of the executive and whose government is always before the court as a litigant sends a very wrong message.
But he apparently invited others too. Mr. Hegde, he apparently invited others too. In this particular sequence, which is on video, there's only the Prime Minister. Are you objecting to that? Are you saying that because you're seeing this sequence, therefore Mr. Modi has got some specific place in the Chief Justice's house? Are we speculating too much? You heard Mahesh Jethmalani saying you're reading too much into all of this.
Okay, let me give you more a cricketing example. Mm-hmm. If at an IPL match you had the umpire wearing the jersey of one team alone, then would it appear to be a fair decision? So it is like that. There is the appearance of justice which has to be preserved, and judicial impartiality which has to be preserved at all times. Mm-hmm. That certainly was given the go-by in this particular occasion. Yes, he's the Prime Minister. Mm-hmm. And we have the Chief Justice. Mm-hmm. There's an instance in Maratha history which may be illustrative on the Chief Justice Ramshastri Prabhune of the Peshwas found Peshwa Madhav Rao in austerities. He was performing tap. So the Chief Justice went away, came back the next day and said, please permit me to resign and go to Kashi. The Peshwa asked him, have I offended you in any manner? The Chief Justice tells him, look, you can perform any austerities that you want, but not while you are Peshwa. Your time belongs to the country, to the people. So when you are in a constitutional post, you continue to be in a constitutional post, whether you are in your house or in your office, and you can give no impression that that post can be less than impartial. Now
Sanjay Hegde, you saw the example that was given by Mahesh Jethmalani. He said when Manmohan Singh was Prime Minister, there was a picture there of former Chief Justice Balakrishnan coming for an iftar party. There's that picture. Now, if when that happened, we didn't see a hue and cry. What is so special about this particular event that makes raises your hackle?
Let's put it this way.
Yes.
Manmohan Singh was celebrating a festival of another religion.
Yes.
He could well be hosting a Christmas party and people could have been invited. Mm-hmm. If the Chief Justice was hosting a Sarvajanik Ganeshotsav, to which everybody was invited and the Prime Minister also came along, that would be different optics altogether.
No, you're saying if there was a Sarvajanik, let me get this clear. You're saying if there was a Sarvajanik, which means for the entire public, there was an event or a puja being held at the Chief Justice's house, people across party lines were invited, that's okay. Is that what you're saying? That therefore, because this was seen as a private event, is your problem with the private event or the fact that all of this was being photographed and, as Kapil Sibal says, thereby being publicized?
My problem is with the appearance of impartiality being given a go by. That is the real problem. Because as the saying in law goes, that when a man and a woman are alone in a closed room, it is not presumed that they are only reading the Bible.
Who do you therefore hold responsible? The Chief Justice, who should not have extended an invitation in the first instance, or the Prime Minister who reaches there and by all accounts is dressed up in Maharashtrian clothes 2 months before elections there and the cameras are all over the place? Who are you holding responsible?
I think both are responsible. Both are responsible for a lack of vision. The Prime Minister, of course, may have had his political points to be scored, but there should have been somebody advising the Prime Minister that it is not good for the institution of the Prime Minister, not good for the country. There should have been somebody advising the Chief Justice that, sir, if such a puja is to be held, please have it in public for everyone. And if it is to be a private ceremony, then there should be no cameras whatsoever.
So you're saying propriety is what troubles you. You're worried about the precedent that has been set. You say the impression that goes out is that the separation of powers, which is critical to our constitutional system, is affected, you believe, by the optics. Am I correct broadly?
Yes, broadly, yes. And let me also clarify.
Yes.
I have no problems with anybody performing a puja.
Okay. So
But it cannot be made into a solemn state function. Then you are privileging one religion over the other.
Okay. Let me leave it there. Strong words from you also, Sanjay Hegde.